Hey guys, it's Red Nomster, and today's episode 4 of Ingenious. Yes, it's finally here, and it's going to be a little bit of a twist as well, considering this is the first episode in which I have not created a design for. And the reason being, not because I didn't want to or because I didn't feel like I could, but because I had a family visit. It was kind of a surprise, and I didn't really have time. So I hope you guys don't hate me too much for it, but I didn't think you guys would care a whole lot, considering there's still going to be an amazing lineup, starting with this base right here. Which, another thing is, I don't know who made this. I just need somebody to submit me their map once again because they didn't send their name in the map itself. They only sent it through email, and considering I get a lot of submissions, going through by hand would make this crazy hard. So if the problem has been solved and somebody has come up forward and proved that they have this map and have submitted it, an annotation will be on the screen showing who created it. But this is the first submission that I've received, and it's probably one of my favorite because of the tower design and the surplus of squid ink sacs that appear through this little water elevator right here. Jeez. Anyways, so I believe it's 6 tall, and following the Picasso Base style like from the previous episode announcement, doesn't this not look like an art piece to you guys? Like, this thing looks like a sculpture of some type. It's like abstract art, and it keeps to the 5 block per block style type thing, you know? So we have different chests up here, and it looks like he had more than 5 chests, obviously, right? He has double chests, but some of them are trap chests, and some of them are not, which sticks to the rule perfectly. And then, of course, this is only 1 water source block, so that's not counting a block of water per block it takes up, just for each source block. I said that in the comments. People asked a lot of questions, and hopefully it cleared up enough. There was not, I think there's only 2 disqualifications for using things. I was pretty lenient because I didn't explain a whole lot of the rules, but it turned out well, and in my opinion, this is probably one of my favorites because it has a disco floor. Look at this. No, but very good use of the color contrast. Each layer has its own type of thing. So the bottom one is all wood. This one's pretty colorful with the little mushroom Steve here, and of course, everything. It's got enchantment and actually has bookshelves to help it. And I like how he even went to get detail into this. Like, this obviously does nothing. It's not holding up the structure, but it connects it very well as the poles right there going up with the fence gates. Very interesting stuff, in my opinion. And this is also a little bit of a little basic redstone, but essentially what this is dispensers that just shoot arrows in all directions, pretty much. So if there's something standing exactly 32 blocks away or so, it might hit it once or twice. Very interesting, though. I like it. Minecart on a chest. I thought that was cool because he saves space from, instead of using more chests, which would disqualify him, he used minecart chests, which is very space saving in my opinion. And you can also use inner chests, I suppose, as well, but that's only useful for, I think he might have one on each floor, actually. Yeah, I never even noticed that until just now. He has one on each floor in case you get if you want to transport stuff easy. It's like a food elevator. This is interesting, I thought, as well. I'm not exactly sure what it's supposed to do. I understand that what it does, but its purpose is a little confusing. Maybe it's just art. But if you hit this lever, it drops the stuff. And maybe it's to build a little wall, but I mean, that wall is only 3 wide and blocks nothing. But I guess it does open up this little area right here, right? Oops. And gives you a little window right here, I suppose. But resettable in a sense that if we go like this, you can put the stuff back on top of it. Not bad, I guess. Interesting. We have another disco floor up there. But if we go ahead and follow the rest of the little water elevator, which was probably the most interesting thing about this design, in my opinion, that it's all connected, but he made it vertical, which made it a little bit more interesting. Made it a lot more expandable. You didn't have to build staircase or anything like that. You didn't have to build a bunch of doors separating or hallways or walls. It's all vertical. Pretty interesting. Another minecart chest right there. Of course, the ender chest. And then another wart farm. This is the potion level, I suppose. This is the automatic potions. As you can see, it's filling up with nether wart from this hopper, and then water bottles will refill once you take these out. Interesting. I like it. And cauldrons for days, and a bed with a valid spawning spot. Look at that. Ooh, there's a chest right there. And then once we come... Oh, I went too far up. I should have flown. I should have just walked. But yeah, then up here is the little small farm, I suppose, is what you would call it. But you can actually reach... oh, no, that's glass. Never mind. It tricked me. I just broke it now. I thought that was just water, so you can break it, and there was signs holding it, but I guess not. But yeah, chest going into that hopper. Then I suppose this hopper would then go... Let me see. Nope. Maybe it's just for when you break that stuff? I've got no idea. Is there a button somewhere? Aha! There it is. I'm genius. And then, of course, all of that will then fill up into that chest. Maybe. I think it's a trap chest, so I gotta go out. Yeah, see, it's 5 and 5. Okay, well, that's how many there were. There's only 5. But yeah, a little farm that's resettable. I guess you can come up here and replant it as well, so that's pretty cool too. Little small farm. I like it. Cactus. Oh, it's a piece of sand. That was interesting. But yeah, and it comes all the way up here, and then of course, if you want people from being prevented from coming up, you just hit this button, and then it shuts off the entire elevator going all the way up. And of course, those pesky little squids are no longer allowed to go up the waterfall elevator. Interesting. And again, I want to apologize real quick for not knowing the name for the builder of this. I will get that settled, hopefully, but it kind of sends me on a wild goose chase to go through dozens and dozens of emails and then downloading them again to figure out who sent them and stuff like that, because I have to compare the map to the actual email itself. Crazy stuff, but that does invent a little bit of a guideline. The first rule change of this is that you should also have your name on a sign or something like that, or in a written book, in the map itself. That way I can easily find who created the map and stuff like that and give you credit better, in my opinion. But, yep, that's the first submission. Let's go on to the next one. Now, number 2 comes from Singe209, and he created basically a Picasso base in the air. Look at this. This is also a piece of art, in my opinion. Very nice. Instead of going vertically, he went a little bit horizontally, but he spaced it out and made jumps to get to each little section, which is completely diverse with different farms and stuff. It's just amazing. Now, first of all, we have these little tails wagging, of course, but if we go into game mode 0 and then go to time set, give me one of these, boom. It's basically a night sensor that detects and kills enemies at night using turrets. Oh, please don't kill me. Ah! Huh! Beautiful, saved it. But essentially, at nighttime, those turrets wow, I fell a long ways. Well, it's going to be a long trip. Oh, that's colorful. But like I said, essentially, it's little night turrets that kill enemies, and then, of course, when we go time set day, the turrets will then close, and I like how they're in minecarts as well, so it keeps them stationary and makes it a little bit more compact just using these daylight sensors. Beautiful stuff. Now, if we go a little bit further, we can come on the inside, and then here we have this little doorway. Kind of confuses me a little bit with the redstone. It's a T flip-flop, but it has 2 buttons, so this one closes it, and of course the green light opens it. But it's not a complete T flip-flop because it's 2 separate buttons. So you can only close it and open it from the inside, but that's not too bad. I enjoyed the redstone work nonetheless. I also enjoyed how he had to use a piece of sponge in his T flip-flop because he was running out of blocks. That made me smile as well. And of course the beacon that gives us speed. That way we can actually make some of these jumps. Not bad. A little bit more easily anyways. Another thing I noticed was this automatic chicken cooker right here that does a lot of stuff, so I'll go through it real quick. But essentially it's automatic in a sense that it gives you feathers and cooked chicken, even not just chicken alone. It doesn't just kill the chickens, it cooks them as well. I love that. But he made it in a compact way and also stuck to the 5 block per style limit. So essentially it starts up here. As you can see, there's a bunch of chickens here, but that's grown chickens. And essentially they'll lay eggs, and then the eggs will land in this hopper, and then go in this dispenser. And as soon as they're in this hopper, a comparator will test it. A torch will then turn off, which turns on another torch, which then basically activates this iron block, which activates this redstone, which then shoots the egg out. So it's a big complicated way of making the egg that comes out of that chicken's butt go into here. And it will automatically place the baby chicken in there, or not a chicken at all. Like right there, you saw a chicken egg go in. And once they grow tall, they'll land in that lava pit, and then their items will fall into here, and you get free food from those annoying chickens. Hello, Mr. Mushroom. Now, if we go a little bit further, I guess we'll go this way first. If I can make it. Whoop! Nope, I missed it. Oh no! Why was it not flying? Anyways, a little bit of a difficult jump because of how it's spaced out, but I guess for the redstone-wise, he tried conserving it. Maybe. Maybe. One more time. Oh, there we go. Haha! First try. And I'm also wearing his head, but essentially his head would be right there. Boom. Now, his name is this in game, like this is his player name, but he sent me the name Singe209, so I assume that was the name he wants me to put in the video. So that's what I did. But if you want his player name and his head, there you go. I'm going to go ahead and put it back on because it's beautiful. Yes! Alright, now over here we, of course, have a button, which then gives us a bowl, and then the bowl we can then use to milk the mushroom to get mushroom stew. Not bad. Oh! And then, of course, we have the jungle bean on each side, make a little cocoa farm. I think there might be wheat somewhere. Am I wrong? Hello, weather. Weather clear. I'm not seeing any wheat. Nope, not seeing it. So I guess you can't make cookies. Sad day. But nonetheless, we still have a little potion over here. And this is something I enjoyed as well. A lot of people went this route as well. I didn't really think of it at all. But instead of using signs, which would count towards a block limit, because there's only 5 signs per map, and they use things like signs to stop water flow, like right there, so it conserves that as well. But essentially, they just use item frames, which are entities, and then named items inside of them, which are also entities, and it displays their name like this, and it saves them from using blocks, and they can put as many of those one, I suppose. So that's what Singe did. He's a genius. And then we got some lilacs, I think. Let me see. Aha! Orchid, I was wrong. And then a little nether wart farm. So I like how each one has its own section too as well. This is potions. So we go down here and we have the potion ingredients for nether wart. And then we have sugarcane over here. And then we have melon and pumpkin right there. And then of course we have enchantment table with bookshelves giving that some enchants. And then anvil and of course little mushroom Steve. I like it. And then I think that is about it for this map. But nonetheless, I love it a lot. It's a very, very interesting, colorful way to go about it, and I love the mushrooms as well. Now, again, it used mushroom blocks, which is not really a creative mode block, I don't think. I think you might need commands for that, if I remember right. Maybe not. But for things like barriers and stuff like that, I just let it slide, considering I never really mentioned that you can't use that, nor did I mention that you can only use survival mode blocks, so I let it slide for this one. I'll make it more clear in the later episodes if it's something that I actually want to be limited, But yeah, there we go. Singe 209, that is the number 2 submission. Now, number 3 comes from TheParakeetKid, or Pikakashi. One of those 2 on the sign right there is his name. I'm not sure which one, but yeah, that's simple. And the book, of course, is just stating that the barrier blocks that are right here, all of those, are just separating what could be terrain and what can be replaced with anything. So basically, the barrier blocks don't have to be there for the base to work. You just put it there so you can tell where the terrain would go and stuff like that, if it was actually part of it and stuff like that. Interesting. But I like this right here. There's a lot of interesting stuff, actually, in this base. First of all, it's the first that's actually shaped kind of like a house, little base thing. The first one was kind of like a vertical thing. This is more horizontal and actual enclosed space. I think it's the first one with walls, actually. But like I said, he also used a lot of these item frames and named them quite appropriately, of course, and saved sign space, basically, so you can use more signs and stuff like that, and basically better identify the entire thing. So we have beautiful farm out here, little crops, basically all the farms you can possibly have, except for like mob farms, of course. Then we have Mushroom Steve, of course, just chilling in the corner. Very beautiful. He pops up a lot, doesn't he? I don't know where he's from. Anyways, next we have this little, little couch right here. We got some storage. Of course, one is a chest. This one is a chest. But if we come on the other side, we'll clearly see that there's a red tent here and then red tent there. So there's 5 chests and 5 trap chests. So that's how that works. Ender pearl dispenser. So of course some nice redstone stuff. As you can see, I have 16 if I hit this button once. Hopefully, we will get I guess 9. Oh, here we go. Exactly 16 from it, and I thought that was interesting as well. Just some furnaces. I think they were placed in creative mode because they have, or set block maybe, because they have lit furnaces, which also gives off light. But they're also blocks as well. I guess they're all furnace blocks, so I'm going to count against it. Pretty interesting. I thought that was cool. He used set block to give light, even though it's still the same block. And we have some use in case of emergency. Didn't give me that, so I'm going to go ahead and, let's just go to game mode 1. How about that? Game mode 0 anyways, my bad. Give me my head. There we go, and then place it right there. Hello, Mr. Gollum. Where are you going? Anyways, hello, Mr. Bean. And then next we have, of course, stuff like this, which is the automatic nether wart farm that goes into here. It can make, I suppose this is going to be a splash potion of something. I'm not a potion guy. I know it's a splash potion. Could be healing. I don't know. Maybe we'll sit around and see it. But of course, it refills. I also like... yeah, it refills the water bottles, but the night activated lights, so of course it's nighttime, supposedly, I guess. So the lights are on, and then during the day maybe those will turn off, I assume. And then we have some enchantment saver here, and then I wonder what's under his. Okay, yeah, this is the dispensers. This is where the... Yeah, okay, that's where... A lot of sponge, too. And there's also a downstairs somewhere as well. Going past the anvils, of course. Here we go. Boop. Beautiful. Oh. And of course, down here we have the cobblestone generator, which is something I didn't think about either. Thought it was interesting. Go ahead and break that. I missed the cobblestone, but this is how it works essentially. Try not to break the glass or else the things will probably flow out. But yeah, you know, very nice use. A lot of wet sponge, water particles. You may see that in a further video. And spin that around. Cobblestone generator. Beautiful. I like it. But, you know, I thought it was worthy of showcasing because it did a very well job at containing itself while also keeping to the theme. You know, didn't break any of the rules. Almost fell in that pit of death. But yeah, nice little hut. There we go. There's number 3. Now, the fourth and final submission for this episode comes from peanutsponge, and do I say myself, this is pretty cool looking, in my opinion, at least from a distance. This thing has some nice parkour elements, nonetheless, but it also has a lot of things to it, such as farms and stuff. Very reminiscent of the second submission. A lot more noisier, if you just listen to that for a couple seconds. But something that I was thinking about before I realized I wasn't going to be able to make mine, I also wanted to incorporate this little thing, which is, of course, if you don't recognize it, my levitating puzzle paths concept that uses basically glitched out boats that allow you to get across areas using boats that aren't actually there. But thought it was pretty cool. Nice little incorporation, you know. Of course, he stuck to the used melons and stuff like that. Different colors of fences. Very cool. But let's just start from the beginning, which I assume is like right here, I guess. I don't even know. We have a little automatic cow farm.
Lights them on fire. And then I probably just burnt all this stuff, maybe. I'm not even sure. And then the button that then does something. I don't know how to use this.
Alright, I had it right. I just forgot to turn the lava off first. My bad. You know how it works, right? You know, you've seen farms.
I've seen farms before. That kills cows and gives you cooked pork food. What? Yes.
Moving on, we have the chicken farm. Of course, there's some pearls in here, and then we have pearls and eggs for some reason. Chicken farm.
Alright, so eggs come down into this hopper, and then I don't know what they do after this. Is this a barrier block? That's a trap chest.
That is interesting. Give me a second. Chest? Yeah.
Alright, he just used some set block funkiness that basically made some invisible chests, but it keeps the theme. There's 2 chests there, and a normal chest right there. A very interesting way to keep them right next to each other. I think I saw that in a Jesper the End video, where he made ultimate tic-tac-toe. I think that's something similar to that, but I may be wrong. But yeah, I think that's just set blocks next to each other. But it goes down in there on its own. That's how we get the, you know, the eggs going into right here. So, pretty cool. I like it. Next, we have this little spot, which of course used some barriers, but like I said, it's exempt, and he only used 5, so he didn't go crazy or something like that. But I like how he used the string to represent where that path actually is, so you don't fall off. He used banners a lot as well. Oh, dear lord, I think I just dropped some TNT. Yep. Okay, we have a little bomber right there. Is this supposed to be like a spaceship? I don't even know. Something. That kind of scared me a little bit. But next, of course, we have this little automatic little nano farm. I believe this could do a lot of things like probably wheat and maybe even flowers. I'm not sure. But automatic bone mill is what that is, and essentially using a little comparative clock. And then, can we get from anywhere over here? What if we go on top of this? Interesting. Hey, Bills. Skip the parkour a little bit. Got some wet sponges. And then over here, we have something pretty cool. It kind of gets stuck on there every once in a while because the trap door, but if we close that, then it wouldn't. But essentially what this is a cactus farm that grows, and then this block breaks it, and then the cactus flows into this hopper, and then goes down into this dropper, of course. And then that's the cactus that just flew in there. So that's how that works. Pretty interesting. Use a bunch of diamond ore to make that. Seems efficient. And then if we come over here, I think we can go up this way. Nope, this is a downwards way, I suppose. Not sure how we're supposed to get up this block right here. This is an impossible jump. Might be doing it wrong. Who knows? This right here, I'm not going to talk during it. I'm just going to show it. Isn't that beautiful? A noise machine that I made way back when I first started playing. Like, before Minecraft was Minecraft. Look at this. Interesting. I love it. The Silent Night. Little pun. Not pun, really. Just more or less like a lie. Anyways, go along this a little bit more. We got some ice parkour. Perfect jumping. Look at this. I may or may not be flying at some parts of this. Oh, bad jump. Okay, there's the first flying. And then, of course, we can go all the way across here, and then we can get to this point, which I like this. This is a pretty cool little aesthetic, in my opinion. But essentially, it's just an inner chest inside of there. But it makes the tree look all fancy. And I guess this right here would be a little bit of a drop point, which sends us back to the beginning. Not bad at all. I like it. And then right here, we can jump to from the yellow blocks anyways. And whoop, go all the way over here, I suppose. And come to right here, which we can also get to from down here. So if we go back all the way, this little maze type thing, a little bit of a Mushroom Steve thing. Once again, dear God, what a surprise. Get over here, go through the tiny portal supposedly, and we have Mushroom Steve all over the place. And then a little thing that I'll explain after we get to this. This right here is a player cannon, which I think there was a boat in originally. But I think we just use our person as well. Yep. Just sends us right back to the beginning. Thought that was cool. But then there's another one right here as well. So if we go right here. Come up here. Now we're not done here. We also have the inner chest, but we can climb. Go to the anvil. Climb, 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 climb forever. And then over here, there's not a whole lot more to show, I suppose. We come over here across this glass, and then we can climb up here to those little parts. And then right here, it seems to be another player cannon, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's going towards that trap door, possibly. Aha, the leaves. Beautiful. That works just fine, I guess. And then over here, of course, we have a cobblestone generator, which
does this.
So if we want cobblestone, I guess that doesn't exempt. I mean, I guess that's exempted considering you can produce more blocks with that. It sticks to the rules, even though technically that'd be more than one cobblestone block if you think about it. It's all good. And this, I don't know what this is. This is some type of like statue? Sure. Oh, hey. What's up, girl? I don't think that was intentional. I think that was just a skeleton that was like, wait. Yeah, I think it was just a skeleton that was summoned in. Not summoned in, but like nighttime up here. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful. But I do believe that's the entire map in a gist. Thank you, peanutsponge, for the amazing submission. And I believe that's the last one we have for the day. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, don't forget to leave a like and, of course, subscribe if you're new here. Don't forget to also vote in the comments below by using vote and then the number overlaid in the video. So this would be vote 4 as an example. And again, I'm sorry for not being able to take part in this. Family surprised me, and I loved them. I enjoyed it, but I should be going back to a normal type thing again, without any interruptions in the pseudo schedule that I have already. So we'll see how it goes. Make it beautiful. Wait, what the heck is this? I didn't even notice this. It's so cute.